Hey, how's it going? Welcome to a new video. I hope you're all doing great. This time, I'm here to show you the POCO C81 Pro, which my friends at Phones de Guatemala sent me. Thank you so much for sending it to me, and thanks to you as always for tuning into this channel. It's free. Alright, here's the price. It might be a bit cheaper or a bit more expensive in your country, but it comes with excellent features. Let me show you everything you need to know. Look, this is what the box looks like. This version comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage, although you can also expand it with virtual memory, meaning the RAM. And here is our phone, but before we get to know it, look, here's its charger, which is this many watts. I'll put it here for you. Look, it's actually pretty big, seriously, and it also comes with its USB Type-C cable. Meanwhile, over here, we'll find its user manual, and also it includes a protective case for the phone, so it comes pretty complete with everything you'll actually need to use it. And now let's take a closer look at the device itself. You're seeing it here because I took it outside for a bit. Basically, under the natural light, it looks absolutely stunning and premium in terms of its design. I really like that POCO even included these specific parts on this side. Well, POCO says if you look at it from this angle, you can clearly see the branding and design details. And honestly, it looks really nice. Thank you. Meanwhile, we also have here a small decorative line that runs along both the top and bottom parts. That is, you can see it from right here all the way down to the bottom edge. Look, it actually looks really good. The camera module also looks nice. This phone has a 6,000 milliamp battery. It weighs 208 grams, which is about 7.34 ounces. The thickness is just 8.2 millimeters. That is actually really impressive. And let's also take a moment to talk about its chassis. You'll notice its construction is made entirely out of plastic. We have a single speaker, a convenient headphone jack, and let's check out this vibrant screen. We also have an excellent display here, and at least we get a dedicated fingerprint sensor right on the power button. Yes, folks, you can see it right here. Look, it unlocks very well and very quickly. We also have Face ID unlocking, which works perfectly too. The screen here has a notch, kind of like a nipple, if I can call it that. Even though I'm touching it, it doesn't have a plastic coating. This screen doesn't have one. It's IPS LCD technology. This time it's 6.9 inches. Believe it or not, for its price range, we get 120 hertz, which you can even set to either 60 or 120. Still, the brightness is decent, well, 800 nits to be exact, which isn't bad at all for viewing even in natural sunlight, so it looks really good. And then we also have the technology here to watch a YouTube video, at least at a resolution of full HD, that's 1080 at 30 frames per second, and it looks perfect. And as for its operating system, this one comes with HyperOS 3.0, which is a strong point with Android 16 on board. Something I liked is that it actually has something very similar to a dynamic island, for example. Whenever I start recording a voice note here, I tap here and exit, and look, we have the voice note, which is a really excellent and useful feature. And another interesting thing is that if we go to the built-in radio section, look, here we also have, for example, FM radio, which I really liked, using its standard payable for obvious reasons, but we also have other options here as well. I'm going to lower the volume a bit because we also have the built-in FM radio feature, and the dynamic island works here too. It's actually a pretty cool little feature, and I really like that. I really like that whole section. Now, what else do we find here in the settings? Let me show you a bit more. Let's go over to Share, and here, for example, as you can see, it doesn't offer us NFC. Instead, it offers completely wireless playback through a smart TV, as long as both the TV and the Wi-Fi are connected. And there it is, working. And we also have Chromebook, Quick Share, Android Auto for those who are going to use it for Uber. We also have, for example, in the applications section, let's go there. We have support for app locking, although we don't have dual apps. So having two Facebook or two Instagram accounts isn't available. And I went ahead and increased the RAM to 4. It didn't come with that, but I felt I had to do it because I started gaming, guys. Now, let's talk about its processor. Here, let's go to About Phone for detailed information. We have a Unisoc. This is a T7250. Octa-core, running at 1.8 gigahertz clock speed. And believe it or not, we have a pretty solid system when it comes to game turbo. Look, there's game turbo, and the speaker's really good. I'm not going to do a speaker test, guys, because it only has a single speaker. The speaker's really good, and the games I managed to play included, for example, Free Fire. Here, I'll show you on this screen on the left side. I played Free Fire, and it went pretty well for me. While you're watching this section here, you're seeing how it went for me in the game. It went well for me, guys, but you do have to lower the graphics a bit. You can't turn them up too high because the processor isn't really made for that, but I was able to play Free Fire. And here, let's see if I can show you Game Turbo, because it does have Game Turbo here on the left side as well. Because I was able to see it even when we were playing Free Fire, and it worked pretty well for me. For now, it's not showing up, guys. It's not showing up for us. Let's see if we can get it to work again. Maybe I closed Game Turbo. But here you can see, yeah, I did close it. That's why it's not going to show up. There we go. All set. So yeah, we have good scrolling, good gameplay, and at least it gives us... You see, it didn't show up just now. That's how I was playing. Look, at that graphic quality, honestly, not bad at all. And Game Turbo didn't show up for me. Well, maybe it's because there's not much RAM, guys. There's not much RAM. And to play Free Fire, it really drops a lot. You have to lower the graphics. I also managed to play PUBG Mobile, guys, and I was able to play it. Here, Game Turbo does show up for me. It's working. And strangely enough, we also have a voice changer. Yes, we have a voice changer here. Let's try again to see if it shows up. Since there's not much RAM, Game Turbo closes on me. But yes, we do have Game Turbo. Here we're launching PUBG Mobile. You can see it here on the left side. And honestly, it performed perfectly, as long as you lower the graphics a bit. And here it is. Look, regarding the voice changer, and we can also increase the Game Turbo settings so you can play a bit better. And that's it. There it is. We also have a few weird things. In PUBG Mobile, it happened to me too. It might happen to you, but it doesn't go full screen. You have to kind of minimize it and open it again because of the lack of RAM. If you get one that at least has 8 gigs of physical RAM, you'll be on the right track. But yes, I was able to play PUBG, yes, by closing all the apps. Thanks. Alright, this is something you need to know. I'm going to close all of this, and that's it. Now, I also played what is called Blue Strike. And yes, even though it's not a phone with a good processor, we can still play Blue Strike, guys. And it did it excellently, even with pretty high graphics settings. I think that by lowering the graphics a bit on any kind of video game, this processor still manages to show off. It still flexes its muscles. But I insist, you have to lower the graphics and at least close everything else. If you have at least a phone with 8 gigabytes of RAM, I think you'd do a little better. This one's considered an entry-level device. An entry-level device, but even so, I tried to get the most out of it. That's it. PUBG ran pretty well, very acceptable. And then I played what is FIFA Mobile. FIFA Mobile doesn't really demand that much. And yes, we've been able to play it perfectly. So please keep that in mind. Lower the graphics if needed, but if you can literally max everything out and it'll run really well. I had a lot of fun playing FIFA Mobile, so you can really get a lot out of this phone. That's why I'm showing you a game test, because it's a bit... Anyone might say, okay, what's up with the POCO? Well, this is a gaming test. Yes, because that's what the POCO stands out for. There you go, a bit about the POCO. And we're also going to play, I played, guys, Roblox. Incredible. But yeah, I played Roblox, so you can see for yourself. Why do I do this? So that if you're thinking about buying this phone and want to have some fun for a while, you can play Roblox. Wow, you can see it here. I played Free Fire, yes, and I really like the gameplay. And I can tell you that it's not a gaming phone, but even so, it really convinced me. Let's see, can I play Call of Duty? No! Go for another one, please. Invest a little more. You can't play with this one. It's just that with little RAM, it's kind of tough. It comes with 4 gigabytes of physical RAM, and even though I increased it by 4 more, those are virtual, not physical. And that's it. Now let's talk about its cameras. Here we have at least 2, it says, but here it's not like there are really 2, as usual. We have the main one. It's 13 megapixels with artificial intelligence. You can see it right there. They're the 13 megapixels. The second sensor is just for support, to take portrait mode photos. The selfie camera's also pretty small. It's not high end. It's 8 megapixels. And meanwhile, check this out. We also have circle to search. This is incredible. We have circle to search people on this phone. Wow, what are you doing? Not even the Xiaomi 14 Ultra has circle to search natively. Amazing, Poco. And the camera interface is pretty standard. Yes, for video, we can record in 1080. We can take timeless photos, portraits, night shots, documents, and that's it. They don't offer us anything else. Thanks. So let's do a test next. But before that, I want to check here, before I go, if it has a proximity sensor, because people always ask about that. There's no sensor. It works by lifting the device. They've cut some things to keep the price a bit lower. So that's it. Let's do a test. But before that, let me see if it has... No, it doesn't have dual apps either. Let's do a test next. Seriously. But this phone is really surprising. The POCO C81. Look, regular photos have good sharpness. Seriously, I'm really impressed. Nice colors, and in portrait mode too. What is this? Seriously, is this for real, guys? Already approved, good resolution, even good color reproduction. But what's going on here? I can't believe it. We also have good autofocus, automatic PDF. Look at that. How does it work? Man, they're really... the photos are good. I'm really convinced. Just like when we want to take pictures in a place that's, for example, a paradise-like spot. It does a pretty good job. Check this out too. So good. The autofocus works perfectly on plants. Look, even the light bulb is in focus, with a nice blurry background and the bulb in the foreground. The selfie camera too. What's going on here? I didn't think this phone was going to be this good until I really tried it out. I give it my seal of approval. You're going to love it. Both the rear camera and the selfie camera passed the test. Look here, when I take a portrait mode photo, what a beauty. I really liked it, just barely missed being perfect. But what about video recording? Check this out. This is a recording at 1080p at 30 frames per second, and honestly, it's not bad at all, right? You can really tell there's excellent resolution, and you can also see how my face looks. The background doesn't blow out the image too much. Good color interpretation, although the video does shake a little bit, but hey, for the price, it's good. Now, the rear camera, autofocus works perfectly. Look, let's try it again. Really good results, seriously. Now I'm going to try walking a bit. Yes, the video is a little shaky, but again, for the price and what you're getting, I didn't expect or imagine it would give me that result. It definitely passed the test. I'm really proud that with just a little investment, this POCO can really save the day. Alright, we've come back from this photo and video test. Even though the phone doesn't have top-tier cameras, it still performed decently. The video also caught my attention because it has circuit search, which I hadn't noticed before. And for the price, since it's a low-end phone, I thought there wouldn't be any circuits. But there are circuits. Although it doesn't have artificial intelligence like HyperOS, the latest one does have it. You also saw that it has Dynamic Island. This phone really surprised me. It has FM radio, although it doesn't have NFC. But everything else is just fine. I think Oppo has done a good job with this phone, giving you a good large screen at 120 Hz. Good battery, comes with everything in the box, and I approve it. For the price range, I approve it. I know you're gone. Like it. Many thanks to our friends at Fox in Guatemala. Comment down below if you're already using it and how it's been for you. That way, we all get to know your honest opinion. And that's it. See you in the next video.